Most men with few or no friends think something is wrong with them. Society says you should have a big social circle, guys to grab beers with, group chats, blowing up your phone. And if you don't have that, you must be broken somehow. Lonely, weird, maybe even a red flag. You've probably caught yourself hiding it, avoiding the question, changing the subject when someone asks what you're doing this weekend, because admitting you don't have a crew feels like admitting you fail at something basic. But here's what women actually notice, and it's not what you think. The first trait is selective investment. Men with few friends don't spread themselves thin. You don't waste energy on surface-level connections that go nowhere. You'd rather have no one than surround yourself with people who drain you. And women pick up on this immediately. Research on attachment styles shows that people who are selective with their social bonds tend to form deeper, more secure relationships. You're not chasing validation from a crowd. You're not performing for an audience. When you choose someone, it means something. Women feel that weight. They know your attention is rare, and that makes it valuable. When you look at her, she knows you're not looking at everyone the same way. When you text her, she knows you're not texting 10 other people. Your investment means something because you don't give it freely. Most men throw attention around like confetti. You don't. And the women worth having notice the difference. The second trait is emotional independence. You've learned to be okay alone. You don't need constant noise, constant plans, constant company to feel whole. Most men can't sit with themselves for 5 minutes without reaching for a distraction. You've built a life that doesn't depend on external validation. Studies on relationship satisfaction show that emotionally independent partners create healthier dynamics. You're not going to cling. You're not going to suffocate. You're not going to make her your entire social life. Women who've been with needy men recognize this immediately, and they find it deeply attractive. They've experienced the guy who needed them to fill every void, who got jealous when they had their own plans, who made them feel responsible for his happiness. You're not that. You have your own center, your own peace. You're choosing her because you want her, not because you need someone, anyone, to fill a hole. That distinction changes everything. The third trait is depth over performance. Men with big social circles often perform. They're the funny guy, the life of the party, the one always on. But when the crowd leaves, there's nothing underneath. You're the opposite. You don't perform for anyone. What she sees is what she gets. Psychological research on authenticity shows that people who maintain fewer but deeper relationships score higher on measures of genuineness. You're not shape-shifting to fit in. You're not saying what people want to hear. You're not laughing at jokes that aren't funny just to belong. That realness is rare. Women spend years sorting through men who are all surface. Men who seem great in public but become strangers in private. Men who know how to charm a room but can't hold a real conversation. You skip that entirely. There's no bait and switch with you. What she sees on date 1 is what she gets on year 5. That consistency is more attractive than any performance. The fourth trait is loyalty that actually means something. When you have few friends, the ones you do have matter. You'd go to war for them. You remember details. You show up when it counts. This isn't something you perform. It's how you're wired. Research on friendship patterns shows that people with smaller social networks often demonstrate higher loyalty and commitment to those within their circle. You don't have 20 casual friends you'd forget in a year. You have 2 or 3 people you'd take a bullet for. Women pay attention to how you treat the few people in your life, how you talk about them, how you show up for them. If you're loyal to them, you'll be loyal to her. That's not a red flag. That's proof of character. Any man can say he's loyal. You prove it by how you treat the small circle you already have. She sees that, and she knows exactly what it means for her. The fifth trait is comfort with silence. Most men fill silence with noise because they're uncomfortable. They talk to fill space. They need background chatter to feel normal. You don't. You can sit with a woman and say nothing, and it doesn't feel awkward. It feels like peace. Studies on intimacy show that couples who are comfortable with silence report higher relationship satisfaction. Silence isn't emptiness to you. It's presence. You don't need to entertain her every second to feel connected. You're not going to exhaust her with constant chatter. You're not going to need entertainment every second. You offer something most men can't. Calm presence. The ability to just be together without filling every gap. That's magnetic. Women who've been with anxious, restless men crave this. The man who can sit beside her and feel like home without saying a word. That's you. Here's what all of this means. You've probably spent years thinking your small social circle was a weakness, something to hide, something to apologize for. Maybe you've even avoided dating because you thought women would see it as a red flag. The opposite is true. The traits that left you with few friends are the same traits that make you a high-value partner. Selective investment, emotional independence, depth over performance, real loyalty, comfort with silence. These aren't flaws. These are strengths that most men will never develop. You didn't end up this way because you're broken. You ended up this way because you refused to settle for shallow connections. You're not broken. You're not lonely. You're not undateable. You're rare. And the right woman already knows it.